What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel, back again with another video. Now I want to preview the West Ham United versus Manchester United game that's happening on Sunday. Give you my pre-predictions, give you my predicted team, my predicted score, talk about the team, the form, that kind of stuff. But I'm still kind of upset. Maybe not upset, maybe just annoyed, frustrated, whatever the word is, however you feel as a United fan as well, in terms of how we played against Brighton and the result of the game. Now, I actually think we played relatively well. So I'm going to start there. Let's start with that. Let's start with, how we did last game, what the mentality of this team is, because I think we have a problem. And I've said it already in previous videos that we seem to have a problem. It's quite obvious anyway. I'm not some genius that has come across this gem that nobody knows about. We have a problem as a team playing away from home. We have this problem specifically against the top 12, I think it is. We've lost so many games or not won so many games. I think the only person in the top 10, top 12 that we've managed to beat is Fulham. And that was a while ago now. So we have a problem. We have a mentality issue here that the players need to get over ASAP, especially going into next season. We can't be doing this next season. We've got a great home form. We're looking at various stats, right? We've conceded 40 goals this season. 32 of those goals have been conceded away from home. We've only conceded 8 goals at home. I've got the stats here. We've lost one game at home this season and conceded 8 goals, like I said. We've lost 7 away from home and conceded 32 goals. It's just unacceptable. And ultimately, that leads to the question, right? Where is this team going? What is our ceiling? I think on the match view for the last game, I was on the match view for the last game. We were talking about the ceiling of this team and whether Ten Hag has taken them as far as he can. Now, I don't think so, of course. In terms of this current squad, I don't think so. I think Ten Hag has shown that he can improve the team. He can, give them, take them above where they are at the moment and make them play better. Look at Rashford. He had a bad season last year. He's played much better this season. You look at players like Wan-Bissaka. He's learned a lot on the Ten Hag and improved. But can we get better with this current squad? And the question really has always been, for me anyway, where are the goals coming from? Even Rashford has stopped. Well, his recent form in terms of goal scoring isn't the best just because he had that injury, that kind of stuff. But we basically need to score more goals. Like I said, I'm complaining there at the start about our goal difference. The issue with our goal difference is not actually how much we conceded comparatively to the other teams around us. It's how much we've scored comparatively to the other teams around us. Arsenal and City have scored 70 to 80 goals each. We've scored probably 40 goals or something. I'm not actually, no, it's probably like 40 something goals because our goal difference is +9, I think. So you do the maths. It's not great. So we basically need to score more goals, and that means we need a proper striker. It just goes without saying that Martial's a proper striker, but he's just not delivering. And obviously he was injured a lot for most of the season. He was unavailable. So we need someone that will be available that we can rely on. And not to say it again, but it seems that after that Brighton game, like I said, we played well overall. In the first half, we played very well. We passed the ball around quite well. Defensively, I think we were quite solid. I think after the game, it's a bit hard to give a maybe unbiased or level-headed judgment because you're stressed, especially when you lose last minute like that. You're a bit like, oh. So, when we were giving player ratings, for example, on United View, we were just a bit like, this is just a mess, How are you going to lose this game when you could have just escaped with a point? Because Brighton obviously were really good in that game. Let's be honest. But yeah, the guys did play well. That the defensive line we've got so far has, that we've kind of pieced together with Lindelof and Shaw, Dalot and Wan-Bissaka has done well, and they did well that game as well, bar like 1 or 2 mistakes, throughout the game. But yeah, I do think now we're back again to relying on bounce back FC. We mentioned it. I feel like we just mention it all the time. Ten Hag's always talking about bounce back, bounce back. I've mentioned it a few times. Why do we need to go down or have a bad result before and then come back and say, oh, we want to bounce back next season? I don't want this. I don't want this kind of mentality. I don't want us to be all bounce back FC. Oh yeah, we've had a bad result. Let's get a good result. No, just be consistent. Be like City in that sense. Let's be consistent. I think City's probably won like 10, 11, 12 games in a row. We need to be able to do that if we want to be challenging for the top prizes. It's going to be quite scary looking at that FA Cup final, but let's leave that there. Let's leave that there and not think about that right now. But like I said, my main takeaway from this little section is that we do not score enough goals. We've said it throughout the whole season. We just haven't scored enough goals, and that is our main problem. That was probably the problem, not probably, definitely the problem against Brighton last game. And I'm hoping going forward now we're going to face West Ham. I'm hoping we won't have the same issue. But let's look at the squad. What are we going to, in terms of predicted 11? What are we going to be seeing from Ten Hag here? Because Brighton game, the starting lineup was pretty good. He had a tactic. He brought in Fred into that midfield and decided, you know what, he wants to press these guys, right? And he wants to be intense. So maybe drop Eriksen out and press. Now, I was talking to one of my friends after the game. I can't remember who it was now, and we were saying how that's interesting that we do that, but at the same time, think going back to City. If City wanted to play Brighton, yeah, would they drop Kevin De Bruyne because actually we want to play a more pressing midfielder? Let's play Calvin Phillips instead. No, they'll play their game, right? So we need to get to the stage where we've got a strong enough 11 or Eriksen, for example, is strong enough or a replacement for Eriksen that it doesn't matter about what the other people are going to do. I'll play my game. I'll impose my game on them, regardless of whether I'm Eriksen, for example. I'm good at, harrying like a Fred or, getting the ball back, that kind of stuff. So in terms of predicted 11, it's actually a struggle for me, I think, to pick this one, because is he going to keep that back line? Is he going to bring Maguire back? Or is he going to drop Shaw back to, or not drop, put him back to his left back position? We don't really know what he's going to do there. Let's move a bit further up the pitch. Is he going to drop Fred back out and bring Eriksen back in? Because, we're not going to be relying on that kind of need to press as much as we did against Brighton, right? Or we'll be wanting to hopefully impose our own game. Fair enough, we're still away, but West Ham are not that top 12 team. They're battling relegation. We'll talk about them in a moment, but surely we can try and impose our own game on this game. And then up front as well, is he going to rotate? Is he going to drop, let's say, Martial for Sancho, bring Sancho on, maybe have a bit more of the ball, control the game a bit more? Who knows? And I think the predicted 11 is a bit harder for this game. For what I would do, maybe I would do the drop Martial thing. I don't think Ten Hag was very happy with Martial's performance in terms of not finishing our chances, right? So anyway, I think maybe this is my predicted 11. I think this is what he's going to do. I think he's actually going to keep that back five the same. So De Gea and goal, Lindelof, Shaw, because they've played so well. There's a query there where you want to, like I said, whether you want to rotate, bring Maguire in. Not sure. Dalot on the left for me, Wan-Bissaka back on the right for me. Keep it as is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does change it. Midfield, I think he will drop Fred back out and bring Eriksen back in. So Eriksen, Casemiro, and then Bruno in the middle again. And then front line now, I'll just keep it the same. They made chances. So Anthony, Rashford, and Martial, they made chances against Brighton, but they just didn't finish them. This time, finish your dinner. Finish the job. So that would be my starting 11. And I think we should be able to get the win. But before I give my prediction, let's look at West Ham, right? They're 15th in the league, okay? And I think they're probably safe in terms of relegation. They're still battling. They're kind of almost safe. So, we're not fighting against a team that has to fight tooth and nail, but they are at home. And then flipping that again, they're not one of the ones that we potentially should be afraid of in terms of our poor away form mentality here, because they aren't, the higher teams in the league. We should be beating them. So yeah, they're 15th in the league, technically still fighting relegation, but, they've conceded 9 goals in their last 3 games. City, Liverpool, and who else did they face? Palace. They conceded 4 against Palace, conceded 3 against City and 2 against Liverpool. So they leak goals, and we should be able to, hopefully, put away some chances. And we beat them twice already this season, right? We beat them 1-0 at home, I believe, in the league. And then it was at home again, but we beat them also at home in the FA Cup, 3-1, I think that was. Can't remember. But once again, I was at home. So this time it's away. Let's see if we can handle the pressure of playing away from home, playing at the London Stadium, playing with their crowds on our backs, spurring them on. I think we can. I try to always be positive about the team and support the team, obviously, but it's hard when they do things like on Thursday or yesterday even. But my prediction for this game is an optimistic 2-0. Actually, I think we'll keep a clean sheet because looking at the way we played against Brighton, we were good defensively. Shaw was excellent. You know, the back line was very good. We obviously had a few. Brighton did have a few chances, but De Gea made the saves. So we should be able to keep a clean sheet against West Ham. Okay, I'd hope. And I think talking about how leaky West Ham have been recently, we should hopefully make some chances and be able to capitalise on it this time. And yeah, I'd go for the 2-0 win. But can we do it? Please, we need to consolidate this top four. We can't get into a battle. By the time potentially we face West Ham on Sunday, Liverpool could have won their game against Brentford and would only be 1 point above them. Obviously, with our 2 games in hand at that point. But we just can't let it get to that kind of tense, pressurized situation, especially because we don't know how our players will handle this pressure. So yeah, I would hope we just win this game anyway, and not worry about Liverpool. Because everybody's acting like Liverpool are going to win all their games. Maybe they will, but let's win our games. Let's win this West Ham game and keep it moving from there. So there's my preview for the West Ham United Manchester United game on Sunday. I think kickoff is. I'm not sure if kickoff is at 7, but it starts at 7. I think it is kickoff at 7. And if you're in the UK or Ireland, apparently, it's on BT Sport. So thankfully, I can watch this one live on TV. So yeah, let's see how the boys do this time. I'm really hoping for a W. Probably won't be able to give a post-match reaction straight away because I'm going to be away this weekend. But I will be watching the game. So next week, on the next video, I'll give you my reaction. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching as always, and see you on the next one.